What is up everyone, and we are back with another guide about Phantasy Star Online 2. Today we're going to be talking about Gigantix and 9 useful tips to help you get up to 5 Gigantix kill per thunderstorm depending on how fast you are. First, you should know that this is my experience as a solo player. I understand alliances have their own way of getting more Gigantix, and some alliances actually farm 10 plus Gigantix per thunderstorm. And they accomplish this by rotating between players. First, they have their own maps set up where they kill the Gigantix at. Then they move to the next map with an alliance member who is actively holding that Gigantix and kill that one, and then repeat to the next alliance member. What's difficult about this is that you need communication for this to work. Then the problem comes about when random players join your map as well. Some alliances can pull this off, but for most players we opt to squeeze in maps to get the most Gigantix per thunderstorm. In my experience, I get around 3 to 5 Gigantix per thunderstorm depending on how lucky I am, and these are the tips that help me get at least 3 per run. The first tip is being outside in the fields. If you are in Central City, there are no thunderstorms to see, so you're going to have no indication of a thunderstorm happening. If you are AFK in Central City and want to farm Gigantix, I would suggest going to an open exploratory zone with a high populated room with a lot of level 20s, because a high populated room is an indication that they are also farming Gigantix. After you kill your first Gigantix comes the next tip, finding your next room. If the room you killed your Gigantix is not a full room, your choices will be limited. That is because a non-full room kill time will be slower than a full room in my experience. So if you killed your Gigantix in a 20-man room and went to transfer to a room with 30 players, it is very likely that the room already killed the Gigantix and other people are trying to move to the next room. So for example, if I killed my Gigantix in a 20-man room, you should aim to swap to a 10 to 20-man room because it is very likely that that room hasn't killed the Gigantix yet. But you have to remember that time is of the essence, so upon killing your first Gigantix brings me to the third tip. You need to press F10 or go to the world map to teleport to North Ailio, West Ailio, or South Ailio. You can't teleport to them anywhere by using the world map. And this needs to be a different zone than your first location. That is because if you teleport to the Raikuru device in your current location, you're going to be in the same map with the same amount of people. There is no point to this right now because you already killed your Gigantix. If you are really close to your own Raikuru device upon killing your Gigantix, you can either room transfer to another populated exploratory zone or teleport to another zone. Say for example you killed a Gigantix in the West Ailio location. Right after you kill it, you press F10 to open the world map and teleport to North or South Ailio. That is because there might be a chance that they haven't killed their Gigantix yet, so you can get that as your number 2 kill. But if they kill the Gigantix yet, see tip number 2, a room transfer to another room that is less populated than your first room that you killed your Gigantix at. And this brings us to the most important tip. Tip number 4, and that is hitting the like button and subscribe for more videos. It is free for you to do so, and it helps you get first dibs on Meseta guides, farming guides, and general PSO2 videos. Not only that, but I am also finalizing a thunderstorm alert system that's going to be up on a 24/7 stream on my channel. So if you are alt-tabbed and browsing the web waiting for that thunderstorm, my stream will give you a sound alert when a thunderstorm is announced by another viewer, and it's going to sound like this. The 5th tip is finding Gigantix as fast as possible. When you first teleport to a new zone, press N to display the minimap and see where everyone is located. Then close the minimap and look in that general direction. If you see damage number pop up, then it is a good indication they are attacking a Gigantix or a Dread veteran enemy. If you see a T icon in that direction, it is a good indication that is just a trail boss, so you can move on to the next room. But it doesn't hurt to ask the room if a Gigantix is in the room before you leave to the next one. Then comes about the 6th tip, and that is helping everybody else find the Gigantix. The more the merrier, and the more people generally means a faster clear, so it is always in your best interest to help other players find Gigantix so you can kill it as fast as possible, so you can move to the next room and find your next Gigantix. This is easily done by pressing the N to open up the minimap, and as you can see on your minimap, there are alphabetical letters on the X-axis and numerical values on the Y-axis. If you are attacking a Gigantix, take note of your location and announce it up to chat, like say B6 or C3. However, don't just endlessly spam it because it's very annoying to other players. Keep an eye on the top left of your screen to see the number of players. If your room is full, it is safe to say it just once. If it is not full because you're on your second Gigantix kill, announce the location once, and if you see more players joining the room by looking at the top left of your screen, announce it again for them to rush to the area. This helps everybody out and is greatly appreciated. It only takes 3 seconds of your time to help out another player, so why not just announce the location? Now comes about the 7th tip, and that is after your second Gigantix kill, always teleport the Central Alio to the west location. That is because in most cases, here is where you're going to find your 3rd, 4th, and 5th kill. West, North, and South Alio always kills a room quickly because they're usually the most populated room. Then you try to find another slower room which can be in a different zone than your first kill. Then your 3rd kill needs to be in a low populated room such as a 5 to 15 player who are struggling to find their Gigantix. Keep in mind you just spent time killing 2 Gigantix, so you have to guesstimate how long a 15 to 5 player room will kill a Gigantix, and then adjust your room selection from there. However, don't just pick any room. You should first sort by vacancies and scroll all the way to the bottom. If you're already in Central Alio, I would suggest putting the filter on room in the same sector only so you can find a room faster. Then take a look at the time that room has been active. If you see a 5 to 15 player room with 3 or more hours, you should disregard that room because in most cases those players are AFK and the chances of you finding a Gigantix in that room is slim. You can't take a chance of going up to that room, but in my experience it's usually a miss. Also, if you see a room that is newly created, like less than 10 minutes old, it is a sign that that room Gigantix did not spawn, so I disregard them. Another thing to look at is the players in that specific room. While the servers are slow, it might take a few seconds for players to load, it is still recommended to wait or highlight another room for it to try to load that room instead. Your goal should be to see as many level 20 players as possible. That is because level 20 players are the only ones actively looking or killing Gigantix. Level 19s and below can attack them, but in my experiences, they are either AFK or gathering materials themselves and disregard the Gigantix because they get no benefit from killing it as a level 19 and below. This brings me to the 8th tip, and that is remembering people's names. Currently in the game, it's not that populated, so you're going to see the same people are running from room to room killing Gigantix. So if you recognize a player in your 3rd room selection that always farms Gigantix, it is very likely that he or she is still farming Gigantix. So that is a good indication that your 3rd room selection is a hit rather than a miss. While this is a little more difficult for people who are new to farming Gigantix, it is still a good tip at filtering through room selection quickly as you learn more people's names. The last 9th tip is to bring everything together for your 4th and 5th kill. Remember your timing. Your first kill was fast, your second was slower, and your 3rd kill is a little more difficult to secure, and your 4th and 5th kill will be much harder to find. Here you need to guesstimate how long it would take for a room to kill a Gigantix in the same amount of time it took you to kill 3. In most cases that is a very low populated room like 2 to 10 players that is also less than 3 hours old. Here it becomes luck more than experience in my experience. So find that Central Alio room with 2 to 10 players less than 3 hours old. While these tips are not the absolute best tips for farming Gigantix, it is a guide to help you refine your skills in order for you to get more kills per run. As you farm Gigantix more and more, you will learn to understand why these tips make sense to maximize your kill per thunderstorm. I know this is a lot of information, so let's summarize it and show you how it takes place. First up is getting your first kill. Here in most cases you're going to be in a 32 player map, AFKing or doing other things, and then a thunderstorm happens. Your first kill is quite easy to do because you have the most amount of players. And after your first kill, you're going to open the world map and teleport to a different zone that your current location is. If you are in the West Alio location, teleport to the North or South location. If you get lucky, you will join a room with a Gigantix already spawned, so that's going to be your second kill. Then press F10 and teleport to Central Alio. Central Alio because in most cases it is the longest time to kill, and that is what we need. We need to find a slow room to secure our 3rd kill. If you open your minimap in Central Alio and the Gigantix is across the map from you, just teleport to the Raikkour device closer to the Gigantix. This will not make you switch maps, you will just teleport to that device in the same exact map with the same exact people. And this is much faster than just trying to run across the map, so this is going to save you a few seconds of your time. After you kill your 3rd kill, teleport back to the Raikkour device and search for a room in the same sector ordered by vacancies. Then filter out the rooms by estimating your time to kill on those 3 Gigantix and see what room has 2 to 10 players with plenty of level 20 players. When you're searching through that room and you see a player that often farms Gigantix, then that is a good indication that that room is going to be a good selection for you. Then take a look at the time that room has been created. If it's 3 hours or above, 95% of the time it is a room full of AFKs. This room filter can be applied to your 2nd and 3rd kill as well. Say for example you killed your first Gigantix in West Alio and then teleported straight to North Alio and there's no Gigantix. Just filter out the room and try to find another room for you. Finally, to get your 5th kill is pure luck. And for my 5th kill, there are usually rooms with 2 to 5 players and most of them are level 20s. Don't forget to quickly find your Gigantix each kill by looking around the map for those damage numbers and pressing N to load the minimap and see where everyone else is located. But if you are in that map and you see other players join your map, please announce the location by pressing N and finding your location on the map, so it'll help everyone save a few seconds of their time. And all throughout this farming, you're gonna have your cook meal boost and mag rare drop rate boost. However, even if you did all these tips and did everything perfectly, there are times during the game where there's just not enough players for you to hit that 3rd or 4th or 5th kill. During these times, it is best to just find a room in any exploratory zones with high amounts of level 20 players for your best chance at getting multiple Gigantix. And that's it for this video. If you liked this video and it helped you out, please hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. Thank y'all for tuning in and listening, and until next time.